You can hear me now, yeah? Hold on.
Yeah.
1 second.
Man, I got the hat on. No, I haven't.
Oh, done! It's the trim thing.
Bro.
It's mad for me.
I feel mad right now, innit?
Yeah,
forget the trim.
You got something here, by the way. You got something here, quick. Yeah, quick. Because the comments section.
They're going to get me still. What, is this live?
Yeah, we're in.
What, as in it's live?
Nah, it's not live. It's not live.
Oh.
It's not like that.
So listen, my diet has gone clean out the window, Chuckie. I'm eating everything.
Serious?
Bro, I'm eating everything. I was easily put on a stone. Can't go gym, no football. I can't punch. I can't do nothing.
Well, you're not doing the quick press-ups and that in the yard and that?
Bro, I did like 100 today, and it's bollocks, innit? Like, let's have a ride at it. Like,
I know.
It's just not the same. It's not the same. All I'm doing is damage limitation by doing my press-ups. I went for a couple runs. I did go for a couple runs, but I just know it's just, I'm a momentum person.
Yeah.
I need everything to happen at the same time. I need to eat well, go gym, play football, do everything. Otherwise, if one thing falls out of place, I'm finished.
So what, you saying you just been eating bare dickhead food?
Bro, forget just food, bro. Haribo, I have blasted Haribos. I just ate a packet. I went shop, I bought a big packet. Before I got back in, they was done.
Oh, bruv. Do you know what the maddest thing is? Right now. I've been on exactly the same thing. You know what? I went to the shop now. I went Tesco's. And like, I've just got this big craving for crisps right now. And do you know what I tried to do? I must have bought about 15 packets of crisps, yeah? And I thought, you know what? Let me take a couple into the yard and leave the rest in the car so that I don't go to the car. So that, like, obviously, it's just, I'm cutting out the convenience part. Do you get what I'm saying? And whatever I put in my yard, I just eat that and I just eat that. Hey, Dan, you see when I cleaned off the 3 packets of crisps? Yeah. All 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going back into the car to go and get the next 6.
100, bro. Man's been, bro. Even this morning, I've had. It's only like, what's the time? 4 o'clock. I've had bare dumplings. I've had, bro. What do you mean? Like, I'm just back out here. I'm basically just like, it's like man's at uni or something, and I'm just not going to lectures and I'm just chilling FIFA, and just it's just I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
How have you been dealing with all of this anyway? How's it been for you?
It's been all right. You know, I've got to. I reckon we'll appreciate this once it's gone, because it's slow. It's real slow. We've never had it this slow since like school days. Like, so in my head, I'm not loving the fact that I'm not busy. I'm so used to being busy, and I'm so used to having to go from here to there and where to there, and thinking about 100 things. Right now, I've got nothing to think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got really nothing.
Yeah, it's mad. Do you know, I watched something just yesterday, yeah? I know this is maybe a little bit of a deep one, but like, he was reading something, you might have seen it, and he was saying, like, you know, like, Paris isn't the place of love anymore, and Mecca's empty, and all of that. He's just basically saying that, like, right now, all of the things that we, like, cared about from the financial point of view can't buy us what we need right now. All of that can't buy us shit. And the reality is that the water, the sky, the earth, all of that shit is good without us. So we have to just remember that right now, we are the guests and not the masters. And like, I don't know how long, because I know that now, obviously, a lot of people are reflecting a lot, and like, it's difficult for a lot of people as well. Yeah. But once we come out of this, I know for the immediate part, like, the level of appreciation is going to be so through the roof, bruv.
We've not had nothing like this, especially for our generation, or every generation really needs it right now. We needed this just to cool off.
It's like a cleanse, isn't it? It's like a cleanse in some way.
But the problem is we're now, I'm checking my phone for nothing.
Bruv, my screen time must be mad.
Bro, the first week, my screen time was up 18%. Second week, I brought it back down 8% or something like that. But it's just, you're just looking at your phone for nothing.
I'm not even, do you know what? I don't even want to see what my screen time looks. The amount of time that I've spent on Instagram, bruv, is wild, bruv.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
But do you know what? I spent so much time on Instagram here. There's people that I've like been looking at their Insta snaps and I forgot that I was even following them.
Shit there. One thing I've never really done is spend much time on Instagram though. Just even before this. Because my notifications are off and like all of that. I never really go into my Insta without something pulling me in. So I won't usually just check it and then check it and then check it and check it.
Yeah.
But I'll be on my phone in WhatsApp groups are just all going off right now because everyone's about. So I'm on WhatsApp like, I don't know, like 10 hours of this 24-hour day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's nuts.
House party was popping off at 1.2.
And then it started hacking everyone. It locked me out of one of my emails. Luckily, it's
Did it,
email. Yeah, fully.
I thought, you know what? I ain't going to lie. I thought someone was trying to sabotage the app.
Nah. Bro, it locked me out still. There's one email. Luckily, imagine this, yeah. You see, like, I didn't know Thing is connected to Snapchat before.
Yeah, I didn't.
House party and Snapchat are connected, like, in terms of, like, I think it's the same. It might be the same company or parent company. Because I remember when I was logging in, it gave me the option to log in via Snapchat. And I was just like, right, I don't use Snapchat, but I have Snapchat on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, all right, cool. Luckily, I didn't do that anyway, but my Snapchat is on an old email. You see, like, from old school fraud days that I just kept this email for some reason. So I don't use this email for anything. But for some reason, that's the one I signed in on House Party to. Because I think it was the one connected to the Snapchat. Locked me out. Bam, I'm locked out. I can't even get into my email. Like, not that there's anything important in there, but they've locked me out. I had to delete the app. I deleted Snapchat. I just deleted all the accounts and then just got rid of the apps. Probably for the better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I heard it's going off on there.
Listen, all of that became... I had to stop going on it anyway because, like, you know what it is? I always say this, I'm a sociable recluse, innit? So when I'm out on road, I can chat with anyone, I can vibe with anyone, I can be in any dynamic, bro, and meet people and get up. But when I'm in my space, I don't really like to talk like that too much. So anyway, it was draining me having like all of these conversations. At first, the thought of like how House Party was working was kind of funny still, because you know, like, you'd be in a conversation and someone just pops up and all of that, yeah? But even then, I was kind of thinking, not to say that I was going to do this, but this was a thought through my head, but it's like, rah, like, I didn't even know you could pop up on someone like that. Imagine I was, and the next minute I got my dick in my hand and that, and then someone just... You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And you know what? A lot of people falling into that trap.
I know.
A lot of people have had their dick in their hands.
I hear that.
Yeah?
I hear that.
So, you know...
A man told me, that he went into a room and, like, obviously he had his face, like, black, like that, yeah? but and there was a girl in there twerking and that. But he's just gone in there and it's just them two. But he's, like, obviously trying... Yeah. He's trying to work out what the play is. Obviously, this person is a certain name, innit? So the reason why he was covering his face is because, you get what I'm saying? He didn't want... You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But these are the things, that's all that was going on in there, brother. It was starting to get all mad in there.
But did he have his real name on there? Not his real name, but him.
I don't know.
Because you know, that was the first thing I did wrong. So when I've made my name, I've made it, Savage Dan 10.
I know, did you take
it's too much of an alert, innit? Like, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want that. So
that's the next thing. Imagine, I've gone to even have a conversation with someone who's like someone of a big name, yeah? As soon as it connected, all of a sudden, bam, 7 people have jumped in the thing. I'm like, rah! I didn't even get a chance to lock the thing, and you get what I'm saying? Like, people just want to be in. It's nuts, bro. But it's just, you know what, more, if anything, it's more the trim thing, man. Like, the trim.
Should my thing be sideways?
It's all right. Huh?
Should my thing be sideways?
It doesn't matter. Like, the way that, I can't see. Yeah, that's calm. But I was looking at YouTube tutorials the other day, yeah, of like Like maybe trying to trim my own thing, innit? I know. I was gonna buy some clippers and that, or I was gonna.
Bro, I literally was looking at buying clippers as well, but how long is this thing gonna last, man?
This is my thing, Dan. This is my thing, yeah. From a curiosity aspect, I'm curious to see how my face grows and stuff like that, like throughout this thing. So, like, I'm willing to just grow it out. It's not a problem. But yeah. I thought, you know what? Maybe I could just shape it up and that. Like, how hard is it? Yeah, how hard is it? So then I went and checked a YouTube tutorial. Yeah, you see the first video that I checked. The first video I checked. The breath fucked his hair up, bro, and then had to try and fix it. And that was enough. I could have watched 10 videos after that. Yeah. That first video of my man fucking his own hair up was enough for me to be like, nah, I'm not even trying to do that.
Bro, we're literally just moving like cavemen right now. Me, I've got like a dead kind of trimmer thing. I'll just run it over and just flip him. Keep it just from getting too out of hand. But that only buys me a couple weeks. That's it. And we're now approaching that stage where, luckily, I got my trim 2 days before lockdown.
Yeah, say I got mine quite just before lockdown and that as well. I see barbers getting, I see barbers getting shift in that. Mm-hmm. Barbers are getting shift. Yeah. Someone got shit.
They're out giving home haircuts.
Yeah, I know. And listen, tripling the price.
Of course.
Tripling the price. But you know what, though? Honestly, big and serious here. It's like, is that P worth the safety?
No.
However...
In reality, nothing can trade for the safety. It can't. Yeah, that's it. There's no more to really say on that, innit? Like, they can't. There's no real thing. But I'll tell you the problem that people have. You can't tell people, or you can tell people, but people won't take well to this. You can't tell, man, you're not allowed to do your job for the next 6 weeks and then not give them a solution as to how that, because they've still got to pay their bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, in general, this little scenario will cost me, well, clean into 30 grand by the time we're done, just in terms of how much I will have to pay out. I still got to pay rent. I get no rent relief, no nothing from anywhere, from studio, from my house. You don't get that. You'll get holiday, but you still owe it.
Well, devil's advocate, though. Devil's advocate. Why should people have to be given an incentive to stay in their house at a time like this?
Because people...
Do you understand the question?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Personal circumstance. It's so personal. For some people, genuinely, this lockdown would have made life somewhat more convenient. You work in an office for a company, you know your position's not expendable. You get to work from home now. You have no kids, you and your missus or you and your ones. That person is going to say, everyone just stay indoors. Nobody should be going outside. Nobody should be doing anything. Why can't you listen? And then you got a woman who lives in a 2-bedroom flat with 4 kids. Bouncing off the walls.
No garden.
No garden and no income because she didn't have that office job that allowed her to just work from home merrily. Tell that person. Everyone goes on like everyone lives the same life.
Yeah.
People live in houses where social distancing is peak. People live in bedsits. People live in rooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not as simple as it seems for a lot of people. And yeah, of course, you can sit there in the flipping ivory tower and tell people what's right and what's wrong. But what's right and what's wrong can ruin people's lives as well. There'll be people who are so stressed out over this, like so stressed out. That in many ways we got it easiest. Yeah, it's not convenient. Yeah, you lose some money. Yeah, I'll get some fucking grey hairs because our kids driving me bonkers. But when it's all said and done, I'll appreciate this when it's done. Some people will not appreciate this when it's done.
I know. It's a tricky one. I was listening to a debate on the radio where, like, you know, these people were having a conversation about it, and a woman was saying, oh, you know, stay in your house, like, it's not hard. Then there was another person who was essentially saying, like, some of the stuff that you were saying. And I was like, I kind of understood both sides of the argument.
Yeah,
the thing is, yeah, one of the things that I, like, find, like, the interesting conversation is when, like, some people say, well, really, we don't know what we're supposed to do. And I'm like, well, exactly what we're supposed to do. So the reason why I find this interesting, yeah, is because to me, and I want this to be clear, because I'm not perfect in this. So I'm going to go out, I'm going to make mistakes, I'm going to touch road, I'm going to do certain things. But when I do these things, yeah, whatever decision that I decide to make, I do this with knowing full well the implications of my actions when I go and do it. That's me, and the choice that I choose to make, yeah? Right? Yeah. However, I have been staying in my yard for pretty much most of the time. I was going to Tesco's here and there. But, like, we have essentially been given some guidelines, yeah? And to me, if I'm being honest, the guidelines are pretty simple. But then we get, like, sometimes what happens is I feel that we overcomplicate it by saying, like, by trying to point out or figure out what the inconsistencies are. So that's not necessarily progressive. So what happens is that if they say, look, yeah, like, I'll give you an example. So they say, listen, it's peak right now, stay in your yard. If you need to go out, make sure it's only for this, this, and this. Then people start saying, well, okay, if I can do that, why can't I just go to the park and get this and then sit here and then do that? But then if they can do this, why can't I do? And then it's almost like a person could be stubborn and just say, you know what? Fuck it. Go and do your thing. Just go. If it's going to be that, then everyone just fuck it, innit? Because if you can't understand the simple thing, then you know what? Let's just touch road and let's just see what happens then.
Yeah.
Like, no, I feel like we're one nation. Sorry, Dan. I feel like I do understand that there are certain things that are not clear, but there is a part of me that feels that we're one nation that are always trying to figure out the loophole or the inconsistency. And how productive is that?
It's not productive, not with this. However, because we knew this before they set these rules out. We know what kind of a people we are. Yeah, and what kind of a flipping structured protocol we have in England, and why we question everything, and why jumping through loopholes is our thing. Make them watertight if you're the government. Like, ultimately, so for example, you're going to have people who are going to the park, them two, and having a picnic, yeah? Not within, 20 meters of anyone else, but they're being told, go home. Now, I see it from both sides. You know what I'm saying? They are nowhere, they are socially distancing. But they're also not doing something essential. But they may say it's essential for them to get out of their house because they live in the bedsit.
I hear that.
They went for a walk and they wanted to sit down for 20 minutes without being jogged on by the police. I hear it from both ways, which is why look, the police are being told, get people who are not doing what is considered essential off-road, and people are being told, don't do something that's not considered essential. But I think it has to still be a little bit more black and white than that. There's still a lot of grey there. What people consider essential, they could say, I was exercising, and then, I want to sit here, I'm causing no danger. And then you're going to get everyone saying stuff like, well, what if everyone did it? Chances are they wouldn't have gone and sat there. They wouldn't have gone and sat there if there was 25 people there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, you can always, that's why I hate all this stuff. Yeah, you can, there's an argument for everything, isn't it?
I know, bro.
I can make an argument that says Hitler is not a bad, he had a good idea. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, you can make an argument about anything, but the fact is, are they spreading the virus by sitting there in that park? No, they're not. But are they following government guidelines? No. Which is why I feel like I know it's nice to give people guidelines and advice, But sometimes it's got to be, listen, it's rules. Rules.
Yeah.
With consequences, not job done. This is what I'm saying, like, as in, like, genuine rule, but then it becomes almost like, you know what police are like, they'll start proper using that one.
This is it. Yeah, yeah. This is it. Do you know what the maddest thing is? Is that, and I thought about this as well, yeah? I was thinking to myself, it's a good thing we don't have, like gun laws the same way that we do in America, yeah? Because I tell you what, Bear Man would have been dead right now, because they would have just been over-flexing that. Yeah. Like, they would have been over-flexing that with bare overconfidence. But then also...
All in all,
yeah.
All in all, I think what people need to understand is we are never, ever going to get 100% of people following the guidelines or the rules. Even if they are set out rules, you're not getting 100% of people doing it. It's that simple. And throughout history, that's never happened.
Yeah.
So I personally think as a nation, the UK is doing quite well. Like, I haven't personally seen clusters of people. I haven't personally seen...
Yeah, neither have I.
You know what I'm saying? I literally haven't. I'm seeing people making a genuine attempt to stay 2 meters away from people, even on roads that aren't 2 meters wide. Like, London's not built for this. We're in close proximity to people. The pavements are 1.5 meters wide. Like, as in, it's not built for this. So I think the vast majority of people are putting in the effort. And other people are putting in less effort. And some people have their own personal terms that they're just like, I need to go and sit down in the park.
Yeah.
And you see what I'm saying? I'm not the flipping the neat that's gonna tell them you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Someone's there to do it. Someone's there to do it.
Unfollow on Twitter. Do you know how many people? Because everyone wants to be an expert. Everyone wants to have a big opinion.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm just like, yeah, do you know what? You lot are all annoying me. As soon as I see people that's annoying me, I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather not see you.
Yeah.
So after this whole thing's done, I'm happy for people to socially distance themselves from me further. You know what I'm saying? For longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really on all of that either, man. I'm just like, cool. For me, I understand that, for me, the implications of some of the things that I might, like, the decisions that I might make, even though, to be honest with you, I've been in my yard.
Yeah, however, I ain't even seen my mum. I ain't seen my mum.
Yeah, I ain't seen none of my family like that. But, like, I also think as well that one thing that I definitely don't want to see is, like, you know, people obviously fucking around with this thing, and then all of a sudden it only gets real when someone, like, their mum dies or some shit like that. Don't then come online to me and then tell me to do something when you've been fucking around.
But here's the thing, Chuckie, yeah? Well, this is like, yeah, it's a new situation. It's a new coronavirus. But it's the same things. It's the same as anything. We're being given instructions. It goes from school, it goes from communities, it goes from governments, it goes from everything. We're being given instructions. And most people will follow instructions. With most things, most people follow instructions, but there are always people who don't, or like walk that tightrope where, they're not technically doing something wrong, but you know what I'm saying? And that's just life, isn't it? Like,
on a conspiracy theory vibe, though, doesn't it make for a sick social experience?
Yeah.
Experiment.
Yeah.
Because, like,
but I don't think you'll get new results. What's the new results? Most people will follow instructions. Most people just believe will do everything you tell them to do. As long as it's coming from somewhere where they consider more authoritative than them, they will do what they're told to do.
Well, conspiracy theorists talk about, like, new laws and shit being implemented through things like this, innit? Like, have you looked into any of these? I haven't looked into any. Have you?
Yeah, I did, like, but I've looked into this, like, over the years. So I haven't looked into specifically what's being passed now, but I can bet my bottom dollar that if I was to look into it, it would be strangely in line with prophecy. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
There's a lot. There are things happening that I've read about from a long time ago or whatever, but the one thing that I did look into a little bit was, you know, a lot of people talk about this 5G thing, innit?
Yeah.
And, like, you know, how firstly, the health risks and that.
Yeah.
And my first thing to that is bearing in mind, I'm saying all of this out of ignorance and just stuff that's in my own brain. And I don't claim to know shit. I'm just saying what is in my head. But see, like with the 5G thing and the health and all of that, yeah, in my mind anyway, I was always thinking, well, like, why does that seem like a new thing? Because for me, 4G to me probably was fucking up people anyway. Like, if you look at the question I was asking myself, yeah, was, you hear about cancer a lot these days through radiation and that. Well, not these days, but like, let's say like the last 5-6 years, yeah? Massive, right? So I'm asking myself this question. Are we hearing about it a lot because there is an issue like 4G and that in terms of like what it's doing to us, radiation and population and all of that type of stuff, yeah? Is it having some type of effect? Or is it just the fact that like the population has grown, innit? Yeah. So the population has grown. So the statistic is higher. But is it higher? Is it actually higher? Is the percentage of it higher?
Is the
or
percentage
is it just the fact that
higher?
there's more of us?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, I've heard about 5G's like health risks for long before I heard about Corona.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. So I would say like I wouldn't necessarily connect the two, but what I would say is like I'm somebody who like if it doesn't make perfect sense to me, I'm not buying it. And that's just me as a person. Like, I'm like that with religion. I'm like that with absolutely anything. If it's not sticking, then it's my own choice. I am not buying it. Now, with this, I don't know what I'm buying because there's so much distorted media over this, over what we haven't even got a clear, concrete, like view as to where this came from.
Well, okay, again, bearing in mind, I'm the same as you. So, like, if things don't stick, then like I'm not really. The one thing I like to hear it. I'm here to listen to the argument.
Yeah.
But like some of the stuff, I'm just like that doesn't make sense to me. However, I did see something where, like, again, I'm always skeptical about this because when you hear Americans talk about certain things, like Americans with power, I sometimes think, what is the agenda? Like, where is it really coming from? And is this really about the people or is this really about your own thing? But one thing that I did see was this guy, he was talking about the issue between America and the Chinese, with 5G in particular, And so, the Chinese own a brand called Huawei or whatever, which is a Hawaii, which is like a phone company, but also a service provider as well, It's cheaper too. And they have essentially spent billions of dollars, or however much their currency is.
I think I watched the same thing.
Into like their building 5G, So they've been on it for a minute now, trying to collaborate the two or whatever,
Since America dominated 4G, basically, they've been trying to look for what 5G is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what it seems like is that how I took it, is that America, to me, seem a little bit threatened by the Chinese and how they're developing this thing because, like there's this AI conversation that's been happening with like artificial intelligence or whatever. And we've always, I don't know about you, but growing up, I know this might seem like, because the Chinese and Japanese, they're different people or whatever. However, in our minds, we've always looked at the people over there being super far forward thinking when it comes to technology and that, So if they're now developing artificial technology and they're ahead of what's been going on and they're using Huawei, is that what they
Hawaii,
as their thing, and then now it's cheaper and you're starting to see like America's now they've got service providers over there, they got it over here as well. There's been times when I've gone to like a hotel or whatever, and for Wi-Fi that's who is provided by So to them, although they're making it seem like it's a threat to national security because it's our safety and like what we've got in our phone is private to us and it should be private to us. The way that I saw it was, if they are pissed about anything, it's not about us or their people, but it's about the threat that it has to maybe some of the fuckery that they might be doing. So for example, let's just say, they might be trying to plan doing X, Y, and Z to someone or something or a country. If this service provider has, artificial intelligence and it's like prominent in America, they might be able to tap into that, and then that's a threat to what they're doing. So what they do is they make it seem like it's about the people, but it's not. It's about what they're doing.
There's so much stuff. I mean, bottom line, yeah. There's so many secrets in the world. There's so many things that we're on the ground, innit? By the time information trickles to us, you can pretty much guarantee the version of it that we get is not what was said at the very top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, we don't even know how our phones work. We just get it and we are the user. We don't know. We couldn't tell you how to code it and who has this information.
They tell us, but they don't tell us really. They just say, "Oh, this is what your phone's got. This is what it does," and then that's that. But then
no one can see anything. But deep down, I'm probably anti-system. Yeah. So I question most things that have some kind of machine behind it. You know what I'm saying? Because I will assume that even though, yes, it's an encrypted iPhone, deep down, I personally think if they need to see what's inside it, they can see what's inside it.
Look,
do you know what I'm saying? So talk to me. You can talk to me about your encryption all you want, but I'm pretty sure that if you need to know what's on my phone, if it's in the case of like public emergency, that
anyway, though. Like say for example, yeah, you get nicked for like. Or say they're investigating you on like a shipment that's coming in and all of that, yeah?
Yeah.
And they try to intercept the shipment.
Yeah.
The shipment could be straps. Now they're going to investigate you. See, when they take your phone, don't for 1 second believe that they can't see the text messages and the other
Not even just that. As in, they will see them text messages whilst the phone's still in your hand more time. You see what I'm saying? Like, they've tracked everything. So this is why that's why I don't really believe when people say stuff like, oh, you know, like from when anything is connected to the internet, I feel like whoever needs to see it can see it. I didn't build the internet. I don't know what it's capable of. I didn't build these systems. I don't know what the back doors to them. Like, I know there are back doors, 100%. 100% there has to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's why people are locking me out of my email and flipping house parties. You know what I'm saying? It's not a joke. Like, if they need it in case of a public emergency, they can get to anything I have. Even stuff like, I'm pretty sure if someone needed to see me right now, who is some high up guy in flipping world security, he can look at me right now.
Yeah, I believe
not on this, but I'm saying, like, as in, our phones are walking cameras, walking microphones. And even if I haven't got a phone, if someone's around me that has a phone, chances are they can still see and hear me. It's just the way the world is, isn't it? And because of it, I've probably watched too much films as well. I just don't trust anything.
Well, this is the thing,
I don't trust anything.
Because then it's like,
I know this shit's real, and I know people die because of it.
Yes.
But I don't trust the overall agenda and the source of. Like,
can I just say as well, yeah, obviously this might be a bit controversial thing to say for some people, yeah. But I know that like David Icke is a person that a lot of people go to for conspiracies and stuff, and like there's a lot of things that he's said that has come to fruition and all of these things, and like there's certain things that he said that I thought was a really interesting perspective to have, yeah. But I do always ask myself, he's been out here for a long time saying a lot of things, yeah. And like, so how has he been? Because if that was a black man, I'm sure they would have wigged this guy from a long time ago.
But do you know what? It's got to the point now.
So I'm kind of on a vibe of, what is my man? You get what I'm saying?
So this is what I'm saying. So for example, I've got to the point now where I'm like, I can't even trust people with too many conspiracies. Like, you're allowed one.
Yes.
Two, because that's...
Maybe even three.
You can have a few, as long as they're all connected, yeah? And they're all your thing, yeah? But I can't start a conspiracy about FIFA's World Cup bid and then decide that I know about 5G as well. And then I know about exactly what happened during slavery. I can't know all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I can only... Not enough to be a whistleblower. So I feel like sometimes they leave... Whoever the power at be is, they leave one whistleblower. They let him be because he just blows everything and he just distorts everything. How much stories you heard about where this thing... Well, I've heard just about the coronavirus that has come from a man eating a bat.
Yeah, I heard that still.
But that wasn't the first story. That was
that was the first one I heard still.
That was the one they settled on for a bit. But
you know what? That was the believable one because you always hear sorry, I don't want to upset anyone, but you do always hear stories about man yamming rat burgers and kangaroo hot dogs and all of these type of things out there.
But usually that's gonna. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I'm not an expert in this field.
Like
I don't trust an expert in this field.
Rat chips and shit.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah. But cool. But then I've also heard that before that one, they were blaming it on American soldiers bringing it there. So that's two. Now, literally a couple of days ago, like one of the chief scientists at the at the World Health Organization was like, we're not ruling this out. We're not ruling out that it came from a lab. Like, as in, like, are you just sending man all over the place? Like, what's? You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, don't know, I would probably better off. You're better off just saying we don't know where it came from. We can trust that. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just sending man on a goose chase and then you got WhatsApp groups going off, everyone's saying, yeah, bro, like, because everyone's eating bats over there.
You know why that would never happen,
though? Be the sport bat. Huh?
That's true. But you know why that would never happen, though? The reason why that will never happen is because all these world leaders, bro, are just in beef. So whenever something happens, these lot can never really... Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe they can. But, like, when you're in beef with somebody and something happens, a conspiracy always breeds from that. You see that shit in the streets, bro. Like, man from one end have a beef with... Look, do you know what? I'll give you the prime example, yeah? I just did something with Vice the other day. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'll talk about it afterwards when it comes out anyway, yeah? But it had something to do with Sneakbo turning into a cat. Yeah? There's some urban myth about Sneakbo turning into some fucking cat. And do you know what it is? This is my thing about it, yeah, is that he's had beef with some dudes from some ends, yeah? They've obviously tried to run up on him. He's faster than them, got left, yeah? Left them. And then obviously when they've gone back to the estate, man said, yeah, fucking pussy, oh, bruv. We saw my man. Bruv, my man turned into a cat. Now that's a whole thing.
It's caught fire.
Bruv,
yeah.
He's putting an album out with fucking... He's actually owning it, you know that?
Yeah, of course,
That's a picture for another day, but yeah, go on anyway.
But this is what I'm saying. So, I mean, like, naturally, yeah, I'm somebody who naturally wants to know the truth. Like, I don't want to know it as much as I used to want to know it, but I want to know the truth where I can. Some people are happy with believing exactly what they're being told as long as it comes from a place that they trust. Even if that story changes 100 times, I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe, yeah, now they're saying it came from this. And I'm the person who raises my eyebrows at things. And I don't know, I feel like we're always being lied to.
Yeah.
But that's probably the conspiracy theorist in me. I'm like half and half.
How much how much do you reckon people should just even try to look into these things? Like, because there's a part of me that's like, I like to hear stuff, yeah, and I like to know about things, because I'm the same as you in that sense. I want to know, I want to try to get the truth, although I know that I'm never going to get it, or I'm not going to get the whole truth.
Exactly, yeah.
So with that though, it's like, I want to know stuff, but also I understand that there's certain things that we just like we're powerless to. But then there's another part of me like that's like, well, although I know that, I don't necessarily want to be bent over a kitchen table with a hand over my neck and my pants pulled down, fucked all the way in my ass.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then what do you do? Because like,
bro, the thing is, this is what I'm saying, that we are simply civilians. No matter what status you hold, how much money you have, how popular you are, we are just civilians, yeah? We are not experts. We are not at the top tip. We're not the 1% of this world that actually knows a lot of things that are going on. We get the info that we're given. Media, with sometimes our own media. Like, this is just how it is, yeah? So there are some things we'll never know the truth to. Most things. Like, even, bro, let's have it right. We can't even agree on whether Michael Jackson did it or not.
Did you hear about R. Kelly? R. Kelly's trying to touch road, you know.
I know.
R. Kelly's trying to touch road.
That's a simple one. Like, if we can't even work out, did you touch these kids or not? and we haven't been able to work that out, yeah, we are going to get nowhere with a coronavirus. Like, it's just not happening, is it? It's just, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just that. But I like the journey of trying to hear things, and it's got so mad now that even when I see something and somebody's talking about their own experiences with regards to 5G or whatever it is that they're saying is doing this, yeah? They're saying, myself, I have witnessed this, I have been through this. And I still look at them sometimes like, I think you're chatting shit too. Because I'm just in that, I've just got to that point where I just think everyone is just chatting shit.
Yeah,
and I don't know what to believe.
Well, the one thing that we do know is that at one point, oil was a big thing. And then now we know, one thing we know for certain is data is just the most precious thing in life right now. And all types of shit's happening from it. But in regards to this corona thing, I don't know. Do you know what though? Just quick change of subject, yeah? I know that there's like this thing about the vaccines in Africa and that. And like, that's a mad one to me. Because obviously I was looking at the statistics in Africa and whatnot, yeah? Well, in African countries. And, you know, there's not many people that have died from that out there at all. Yeah? And obviously it's a worrying thing if it does spread in certain African countries because it's mad. But then it's like, with all of the people that have died and with all of the cases in other parts of the world, having this, like, any African country being up first for vaccines and stuff is nuts to me. I will say two things, though. One, I know that this apparently came from two French racist scientists or some shit. They suggested this. So I don't even know if there's any truth to it. But
when you say French racist scientists, are they actually racist?
Are they actually racist? Well, do you know what? It's information that's being told to me. But with that being said, though, with the information that I've been told, so I shouldn't even say if they're 100%, but with the information that I've been told and from some things that I've seen them say, in my mind, for them to think that the first places that you need to go to test something is them, makes me feel that these two particular people see them as animals. So whether it's conscious or subconscious, to me, that's how I see it, yeah? But it also raises an uncomfortable conversation too, because I saw like this president of Congo or whatever, almost talking, could be fake news again. So I hope it is fake news, but if it isn't, he was talking as though like, yeah, cool, you can come and do that. And the uncomfortable conversation in that is almost like when we talk about slavery, a lot of the time we talk about white people going over there and doing an absolute madness. Yeah, that's the conversation that we usually talk about from a surface level. Yeah, which is the truth. They went there and did do that. But the conversation that we don't talk about a lot is
the don that invites them.
All right, the black don that was selling the black dons.
Yeah.
Now, how could you be so quick to just say, you know what? Only a couple of people have died, but you want to test something and come over? Yeah, just give me a little pee and we'll do it. Like, that's mad to me.
It's just strangely convenient how then last night a tiger was the first animal to get coronavirus.
The fuck is this, Joe Exotic?
Like, what?
Where's Joe Exotic? Where the fuck is this? This is the time when we probably need a don like that. Take my man out of jail, bro. You see that Tiger King thing?
Listen, I haven't seen it, but I've been hearing all about it.
Bro,
all I know is this, that if animals are getting it now, like we're just being given information. We're told that we can't. We were told before, animals and humans, they can't transmit it to each other.
We were told black people couldn't get it.
We were told black. Yeah, I don't know, but that one we made ourselves. That one people made themselves, but we were told that it's not transmissible between animals and humans. This tiger is tested positive for it. I'm sure he didn't get it from his cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like that has come from something. You know what I'm saying? So I get that.
People be out here fucking animals and that as well, though.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, I understand we can't know everything.
I know no one's fucking a tiger, by the way.
I hate not knowing anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, all I know is that this is a big worldwide issue. It's basically locked off the entire planet, segregated everything. Everything is off right now. And there doesn't seem to be much progress in terms of like how to deal with it. I know it's 2 weeks. A few weeks is a very small amount of time. I understand that 100%. But it just seems that like we're not much closer. Because I'm saying it seems like this is a never-ending thing. Like I can't see the conclusion. People have put time on it and put dates on it and be like, oh no, things will be back to normal by June. But we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
So, but how, just on the conspiracy thing quickly, how do you feel like people should be looking into some of these types of shit, or like?
I think we got the time to look into it. As in, I personally am not linking coronavirus to 5G. Yeah, but I know many people that are. Yeah, and all I have to be presented with is an information sheet that gives me evidence. Not just theory, because you can have a theory for anything, evidence that this is doing this, and this is the cause of this, and this is why it's only here, and this is why it's not in Africa, and this is why this is this. Then I will pay it some serious attention. Once I look at it and I'm like, hold on, that's credible, then I'll look further into it. But for now, I'm not believing, I believe in nothing.
I hear that.
That's actually what I believe in. Do I believe it came from a guy eating a bat? No. Do I believe it came from a lab? I don't know. Do I believe it came from flipping American soldiers? I don't. But just give me some kind of info. It's so
I can also believe that no one knows where it came from. But you know what? With that being said, though, again, I don't know. I heard my cousin say this in a group, but he's quite smart though. But he was like, "There's a patent for coronavirus like from over 10 years ago." You know that, right?
Yeah, because there's bare coronaviruses.
Oh, so there's loads of different types of coronavirus.
A cold is a coronavirus. A flu is a coronavirus. This one's just been like the name coronavirus is called, but really it's COVID-19.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay. So like bare coronaviruses are like they're a type of virus.
Okay, got you.
And this one's named COVID-19. The other ones are named different things.
Yeah. Well, boy,
it's all mad. It's all mad. This is the thing. It's all mad. Just say one thing it is. One thing that is very important to drive home. Is that yes, it could be bare isms and schisms as to what this is, where it's come from, and why it's here. But the one sure thing is, it's here. It's real.
So what we do? Yeah. So what we do?
So we're going to have to follow government guidelines. They know best. Or we assume that, because they're humans. Do they know best? We don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? But when it's all said and done, I'm going to listen. If I was a patient, I'd go to a doctor. I'm going to listen to the doctor because it's his professional advice. This is his field. He knows it. Same way if I go to a DJ and ask him about this, I'm going to respect his opinion because this is his field, this is his thing, it's not mine.
Yeah. A part of me just feels like people don't know where the fuck this is coming from. A lot of governments and all of that are winging it and, trying to figure it out themselves.
No, but someone knows. Someone does know.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's come from some. Yeah, it's definitely come from some.
Someone knows, and someone knows, and that's the people.
But remember this as well, though. Although I believe that someone probably does know, maybe they do, but you know what as well is that like, fam, the world, is like there's a lot more things that are deeper and more important than us, and some things are. Yeah. There are some things that are probably that can be unexplainable, and it's like, you know what? I will tell you this: what we're going through right now is probably quite light to when the global warming starts really doing its thing.
Yeah.
When that starts really doing its thing, what we're going through might be quite light.
Yeah, no, you're right. But even that's gradual. That's over hundreds and thousands of years, and it's been however long. But this is hit like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's just on flipping. Everyone's on tag. Just out of nowhere. The whole world on tag. But do you know what it's good? Do you know what it's good for? Yeah, because it's letting people. A lot of people are understanding the importance of like not just your health, but like the well-being of others. So, for example, me and you, Chuckie, we're probably not going to be staying in. I personally, there's no guarantees, but I've got this feeling that if I caught it or if I have had it, then that I would be fine.
Mm.
We're doing this mainly for other people. In many ways, we're not doing this to save our lives, but it's to save the lives of the vulnerable.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's a good thing that everyone getting their thinking hats on. Some people are really owning this, guys. We're you're endangering everyone's lives, and it's good. They are right, but sometimes it's about execution, and don't jump down people's throats for going to the shop 3 times or for going for 2 runs.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know their life. You only know yours.
Yeah, of course.
Also, I hope it makes it, when this is over, because this will end, yeah? I hope we start looking at things that are as important as this. Because there are lots of other things that are as important as this.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's 2020, all this sophistication and all our flipping technology, and we still got 8,000 people dying from starvation a day. Bang out of order. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of other things to be solved after this.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope that I don't know, man. It's mad, actually, because we could be over excessive. Like, say, for example, it just stops. And I don't know if it will, but let's just say, like, hypothetically speaking, this just stops after a couple of months, yeah? Yeah. Just a little bit of, like, I don't know if trauma is the right word, but I mean, if you've got used to being away from people and being at a distance from people, and do you get what I'm saying? And, like, moving a certain way, getting back into regular life already is going to be a while. Yeah, some people you can over it. Sorry? Yeah, some people will struggle with that. But it's also, like, again, some people could overindulge, because I felt like an element of that was happening on social media when this was first happening anyway. You know, like, we're overindulging in having conversations and, like, overindulging in feeling like we have to fucking jump on the live and do this and that and whatever, which is cool. Obviously, everyone has their coping coping. What? I can't get the words. Coping mechanisms. That's it. But sometimes I'll go on, like, and I was overindulging. So, like, then I'm feeling super drained. Like, by the end of the day, I'm super drained because there's like 100 lives on, and I'm dipping in and out of everything now, and I'm in bare different, like, parties and shit like that. Then I'm in house party, and then I'm, like, on the phone, and, like, I'm just overindulging because, like, right, this is a new thing. Like, want to just be active.
You've got time. You've got bare time.
But sometimes that can be dangerous too. So overindulging when we come out, we might all start having extra carnivals and all that type of shit. And, like, I don't know, it might just be a bit mad.
It's going to lock up carnival, you know?
Yeah, no, we ain't got, forget that. Forget carnival. Yeah. Just forget. Do you know, I've already resided to the fact that carnival's not even happening.
And you know what, it's not even a bad thing. I think we need a year off.
Yeah.
And you know what this will do for a lot of people? Perspective. It will do some good things. There is just, obviously, look, like, it's a bad thing that's happening. It's unexpected. It's like, no one likes it. Like, loads of people are hurting, and, like, I know people that's lost parents.
Yeah, man.
From this. So, like, it's very, very serious, but we have to look for that silver lining. And there is one. There's more than one. There is literally, like, a lot of things that this will teach us going forward. It's just mad, isn't it? It's so hard to have a conversation now that isn't around it.
It's true. It's true.
Almost feels guilty, like, for anyone that's trying to have just any fun or anything, like, you feel like relaxed, like you're being. Because it's like a time of mourning for the world, because someone's lost someone. A lot of people have lost a lot of people. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a hard time to, even though you've got to look at things with, like, a, not necessarily a humorous light, but you do have to, like, it has to be quite light.
Yeah.
It's flipping.
It's true. Do you know what? And
it's tough. It's delicate. This is delicate, man. Some people are really scared of this and have really been effective.
Yeah.
And some people, like me and you thus far, haven't been super affected by it. Our opinion on it is different to someone else's right now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Like, it's sometimes from some, like, when you're talking from a place of privilege and nothing ain't happened, it's kind of easy to have these conversations. But, you know, the reality is some people's parents have died or family members and all of that. And then that's, like, extra real. So it becomes a thing. So it's like, I just hope, obviously, in the ideal world that we come out of this with like limited scars and stuff, and not too much trauma. But you know what? Like time will tell. And I'm optimistic though. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like hopefully things will be all right. And even, do you know what? Just going back to the overindulging thing and that as well. Coronavirus and that eventually will probably go down. But, you know, maybe things like, you know, chlamydia might start going up. Because you know what? People are going to be out, them's going to be out here slinging dick, like just even extra more now. There's a bunch of people that are like, do you know what? I was chatting to my brethren on the phone yesterday, and she was telling me, you know, she was chatting to this guy and he was talking about, you know, about what they were going to do when they were leaving, like when all of this, like basically when they leave jail, yeah? Right? But then anyway, she's caught him chatting to another gal and that, yeah? So now she's obviously upset. Gal in it. It's gal in it. They can do that. I don't know how it is. They did it in it. But I had to keep it all the way funky. And I was saying, look, like, do you know how much of these conversations are being had right now? Like,
you have no idea.
You have no idea. There's a hell of a lot of these conversations happening right now. So you know what? If someone's telling you that they're going to take you out and do all this type of stuff for you, like, okay, it's nice and that, and maybe hopefully something like that might happen for you or whatnot, yeah. But maybe it might be best to not take that way too seriously.
Yeah, pinch of salt that. Pinch of salt.
Yeah, pinch of salt. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Think,
there's going to be, for some people, there's going to be a lot of catching up. Like a lot of, you know what, we spoke for months and I never got to see what you get what I'm saying? So, like, all of that, it is what it is, man. If you got your little party squeezes, just enjoy that as a party squeeze and whatever.
Carl Walker's all doing the party squeezing now.
I heard. Talk on that. What happened?
Carl Walker's having sex parties during coronavirus. So mad.
Hey, for people who don't know, yeah, Kyle Walker, he's a football player, innit? And like, didn't he he went on the internet, one night and said, yo, everyone stay in your yard. And then obviously went on. That
was the night after. He did it.
That was the night after.
So he did his madness. He did his madness, and then the next night he said, "Everyone stay indoors."
Clarity. Listen, he had two things over. Marcy's Ting and said, "Rah." Not only could I have caught something, and I've mixed all it. Nah, mate. I need to repent my sins.
Yeah, it's nuts. Listen, I don't know. Look. It's not just him out here doing that. Let's have it right. Let's have it right.
I saw Margs was on his Instagram yesterday just saying that he was on road seeing gal on street selling the thing.
What? He was?
No, he didn't go and get it. He just said he didn't go and get it. He just saw a gal on road or whatever. I can't remember what the situation was. But she was waving him down or whatever. And then, like, obviously he's thinking that maybe it might have been for something, but she was selling the pooch on road still.
Yeah.
And you know what the thing is, Dan? Someone's buying.
Yeah, of course. Bro, people's needs don't just disappear.
Masturbation levels have probably gone way up, though. Hey, do you know what, yeah? Even on Pornhub it said fucking stay home in the corner.
Yeah, I know. They're going mad. And there's bare coronavirus porn right now.
Hey, anyway.
Bare mask porn.
Have you seen Tory's live, by the way? Tory's got his thing popping off, boy.
His thing's going mad.
Tory Lanez's live is going off, man. He's just had, like, he had Drake on there the other day and people on there twerking and like he's doing a lot, bruv. He's like literally, it feels like he's got a good section of the population just tuning in whenever he's on. And that's a benefit to him because you know what, musically, when he comes back out, he's going to be even extra hot.
Yeah.
He's going to be extra hot. Quickly as well, just before we leave, this has just come to my head. Did you see that conversation between NSG and Western?
They need to behave. NSG
I was surprised about that. Obviously, I know NSG's got a couple bangers and that, yeah, but
just in my head, they're gonna hurt themselves, man. They need to relax. They need to relax still. And there are many times I almost typed something to them. I just thought, it's handbags, and don't get involved in the flipping. Because in reality, in reality, who did they think they? Oh, they have got a couple bangers.
They got a couple
that.
bangers. Yeah, a couple
but
bangers.
No one came after you, innit? No one came after you. They came off. They're just coming after people. What's the matter with them, man?
That's an insecurity. That's an insecurity.
You know what? Here's the thing of insecurities. Yeah, like when insecurities force you to try and squeeze insecurities out of other people, you need a slap. You need a slap. That's when you need a slap. So, one's due for them.
I hear that still, but I wouldn't say that you like. I wouldn't say that them man need that. But like, maybe they need a humbling. They might need a humbling.
I think they do. Because I like obviously I looked at it. I was like, oh, what's going on there? And then I've heard that's not the first time that they've been trying to like cause a kerfuffle online. Now, I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't follow these guys. But all I know is that yes, they've got a couple good tunes. They got
some bangers.
That's good, isn't it? No one's what. But as in when they're trying to like antagonize people, you need a slap.
Yeah, he was trying to wake man up. He was trying to wake them up. He was trying to wake the man up. But like, they got a couple bangers and that. No one can't take that away. But I just think tune for tune as a whole, it's mad. Like, you know, it's just mad.
Yeah,
Western are so much more.
Like, yeah, you can't.
There's so much more. It's not even just about the musical talent, but they got a lot of tunes. And I guess sometimes it depends on the arena that you're clashing in, innit, really. Sometimes it depends on that because maybe, I don't know, man. Like maybe...
What, you're thinking if they took it Afro swingy, then maybe...
Nah, man. It's not that. It's not that. It's like, I guess it just depends on who's actually listening. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but do you know what I would say, yeah? The majority of Western's fans probably aren't NSG fans, yeah? But I would say the majority of NSG's fans are still Western fans.
I got a hot take.
Go on.
NSG have bigger tunes. They've got a few that are a lot bigger than what Western have, yeah?
What are people basing this on? What's the bigger? Look at
Ops. They got Options. They got OC Bop, and they got Trust Me. Yeah? Let me finish here. Let me land here. Right. So they got those 3 songs in particular that are big songs. They're big club tunes. Yeah. To me, that's it. But they've got some big tunes, and they've showed that they can do it 3 times. However, what I will say is although maybe more people stream NSG, yeah, I feel that Western actually have a bigger fan base than NSG. And the reason why I say that, I don't know if you ever remember, yeah, I was breaking down an analogy on the podcast where, and I say this as no disrespect, this is just my thinking and I could be wrong, yeah. I feel that the scene is in a beautiful place. And with it being in a beautiful place, yeah, and it being popular music, when you have popular music, sometimes you might sell a certain amount of records that gives you a false sense of making people feel that you have a fan base. What it is that people are a fan of just a thing that's happening right now. There's a difference between being a fan of something that is happening right now because it's just a certain sound and we like it, to actually having a genuine fan base. So like, okay, Shaka has a genuine fan base. Like whatever he does, wherever he goes, no matter how quiet he is, he can always go and do shows because he has a fan base. He might not always have the biggest tune, but he's got a fan base. But then you've got certain artists that like make big tunes, but no one's necessarily that invested in you to be like the proper fan. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's not me saying that I don't think that these men have got a fan base to some degree, but I think Western's definitely got a bigger fan base than them. They just get more stream.
I think they're good, but you're they tried to do the little disrespect draw out thing, and they're probably called the lot that you don't need. Like that's the one you don't need to go to war with. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no point. There's no point. I only see one winner in any arena. We go Etihad, Majeski Stadium, go wherever you want. It's gone. There's only one winner.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they're not good. It just means that there's only one winner. You see what I'm saying? So, anyway, we know who's sent.
Big up to them, man, anyway. But yeah, I don't know. If you want to do it, then I guess I'd watch it. But, you know what I mean?
It wouldn't even get to that, though. As in, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll be out of tunes.
Well, there's a lot of clashes, though. Wiley,
there is.
Lethal B was trying to get Wiley to come out. And then Wiley was trying to get... Lethal B was trying to get Wiley out, and Wiley was on a vibe of Iron Clash and you, where's Drake?
It's true though, like, but you see, like, even like Wiley, yeah, you can't war that guy. That guy will bring.
Nah, Bizzle can war Wiley. I can't lie, he can.
Do you think?
I really can. Tune for tune, like, this is the thing. It depends on the arena. Yeah. On this and on the live, I can't lie. Bizzle has got some stompers, you know.
But I'm just going back. I'm just going back over Wiley's whole thing. Gangsters.
Oh yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Does any of those, as in, but these kids won't know them most probably.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying on this. Yeah. But even then, even in a dance, yeah, because the thing is, it's sometimes as well, it's not even always just about the tune being a banger, you know. Sometimes it's about how the tune's being mixed.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly
The tune, you know what I heard the other day? This is a little bit off topic, but I heard 50 Cent, Window Shopper. Bro, put that back on the headphones and see when that drops. The mix on that is like, who mixed that? So it's like Bizzle has got, some of his tunes have been mixed in a way that you do it in a dance and like you play the
but
first.
They're jumpy, that's like boom, like there's a big old deep 808 underneath and it's like, it's a big, these are big sounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not Wiley's thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Whereas Bizzle's thing, before he even touches the mic, usually is like some kind of boom, like there's some kind of noise in it, something that's drawn you in.
And some of it is quite like, some of it is about mad hype and like some of Wiley's stuff is just like, some of Bizzle's stuff is, you get what I'm saying? That's where it all starts to become a thing. But there's bare clashes.
You know what it is, just as long as I feel like I don't know what happened with Lethal and Wiley, but I'm presuming that's like it's playful. Like the majority of these have been playful. Yeah. As long as it just remains playful and it's just like, we're just gonna clash each other and see what's what. That's cool. But then when you want to start, you see, like, trust me, I could feel that NSG one getting itchy. I could feel it.
Yeah, I hear it.
It didn't feel like, oh, this is competitive. Like we're just having a go.
It was
here.
spicy.
Like,
it was a bit spicy.
There was something on that. So that's why I don't like that. I feel like if you're gonna do it, like be prepared for all possible scenarios now, innit? Because
they'll squash that. But maybe they might have to. The thing is, they'll squash that, but maybe it might be that underlying thing, where for as long as they both exist, some people are gonna say, you know what? Maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe, but now at least it kind of forces them both to like, you got to now, innit?
Yeah. Louis woke up. Louis woke up and went on the gram looking like, what the fuck? What is it?
Yeah, he's fuming.
Hey, Dan, bless up though, bro.
Love coming.
We'll talk again soon. You know what I'm saying? And stay safe. And we'll just chat on the off anyway. Yeah.
Cool.
Bless up, brother.